Coach Clark, you better keep talking because I don't want to lose you.
I'm here.
All right, all right. Bro.
Where
Last,
5-6 at?
oh, you right here. But I mean, is it live or is live? We live now. All right, I got it. All right. What's up, Coach Clark?
What's good with you, baby? What's good?
I can't call it. We have some technical difficulties on the background, but we good.
I might spoil it if I call it.
Yeah, you better not do that. Been one heck of a day. One heck of a day. There's some good basketball in the area though, man. For real.
Oh,
Yeah, we
hey,
got
it's
some good.
championship season.
This is when teams really come out and play now. This is peak season right here. Ain't making. I want to know it. Big news tonight. Big news tonight, man. Big news. See if these boys can bring this thing home for them.
I want to know it.
I can't wait to hear the remix.
I know.
See what he gonna do with it.
I know he in the lab
Yeah.
working on something.
Yeah, he working hard right now, man. He really is.
We giving fly spotlight and talent to our Shenandoah Valley.
Good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of the shit is ugly.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about it. You feel me? Was it less exposure or the coaching? It's the ugly truth. I mean, rumor has it, man, it was electric in Hanley the other day.
Last night.
Yeah. Then we heard that Central Woodstock, it's been crazy in all these gyms, man.
Oh yeah.
The atmosphere is nuts, man.
Championship season, man.
Yeah.
Win or go home.
Yeah.
Win or wait till next year, basically,
Yep.
you know. So,
And then we heard some crazy stuff, Clark and Strasburg playing again. I mean, it's been crazy.
is this number 3 or number 4?
Man, I feel like it's number 4. Coach Clark, man, we are live right now.
Yo!
What's up, everybody? It's the Ugly True Sports Podcast. We're gonna wait till the room gets a little piled up. It's all peace and love and chicken grease.
What's happening?
We got a lot of stuff to run down. Well, really not a lot of stuff to run down. Coach, if you want to tell the viewers, you know what I'm saying, just so we already know our special guest is coming on the show in about 20 minutes.
We have the Valley Mentality Youth Sports Organization locked in, loaded tonight. We got some special guests. They gonna share. Hey, they got some good information to share. So we're excited to have the Valley Mentality Youth Organization live with UTSP baby tonight. So they gonna be on in a little bit, in a few minutes.
But Coach Clark, man, like seriously, like I'm telling you, I'm so impressed. We did call it a year ago that the Skyline girls basketball team was going to be exactly where they are.
They right where they at. Like you said it.
We said they are going to be right where they are. They're in peak form right now, getting up and down the basketball court very well, sharing the basketball. They are really working on all cylinders right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
They got a big game. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just going to talking about Skyline. I don't know about last night's game. I think they was challenged a little bit, but not a lot. But it was a stretch where I saw one of the bigs for Lake Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
She got to the foul line 3 consecutive times. She missed the first 2.
Right.
And she might have missed the first 3, then she made the last 3, but she got to the line 3 consecutive times. It was a good thing she didn't make the layups and get an and 1.
Right.
That's 9 points right there.
Yeah, I mean, and to keep it 100, I mean, Skyline hasn't had a super easy road.
No.
I mean, they've had to fight. I mean, you got to go to Meridian. You know what I mean? Like, it was it Stanton River? Um, and now, moving forward, they got to play the big dog, which is
Oh yeah.
Spotswood.
Hey,
Spotswood.
they've been
Um,
on a crash course all year too.
yes, 100%. They've been on a crash course running straight into each other. Um, I think everybody knew it was going to happen. Now this comes down to grit.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Striva down there, she scored her 1,000 points. Shout out to Striva down there. She did a phenomenal job all season. And these kids have been busting their butt. I'm extremely proud of them. Um, pulling out a victory last week. I think the score was, I think 42-51. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was a really really rough game for a few minutes in the first half, but then Skyline, you saw where they were just better.
I mean, that's not to just glance over Lizzie or Screever's 1,000 points. Everybody doesn't make 1,000 points in their career.
No,
So
absolutely not.
you got to make buckets on a consistent basis.
For
To
sure.
get 1,000 points.
Yeah,
And was she a varsity player for 2, 3, or 4 years?
right,
How long did it take her to get that 1,000 points?
right.
You know, you got to get buckets. You got to be a
Mhm.
bucket to get 1,000 points. So
Yeah, and there's
congratulations, young lady.
one thing I can say about her. She's a gym rat. She stays in the gym and super super competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and now being competitive, now going to Spotswood, now it's about execution.
Yes.
You know, Spotswood is going to get after you. They are a seasoned basketball team. They play so well together. It's
So not to cut you off,
mhm.
Coach, what did you see? Because you saw them up close. What did you see with
Just
Spotswood?
uh, dog. They get out and run. They play team defense. They play together, which is you know a girls basketball team that plays together like that, like glue.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find, and it's going to be tough to beat them on their court.
And
You
they home
know,
too.
yeah. So, but I think execution, if they can get Talia involved early, they have to get the ball to the post and get her busy. They cannot turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hey,
I said
it's
it.
that time of year, Mike, where you got to be very careful with that ball, and turnovers. That's a vital point at this time in this juncture in the season.
Mhm.
State semis. Hey,
Yep.
you got to keep them turnovers under 10 or maybe
Mhm.
under 5. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You got to take care of that ball this time of year.
yeah. You have to
Each
take care of the
possession,
ball.
each possession is important.
Each possession leads up to the final end
So,
game.
yes,
Um, and I,
Dante,
who we got in the room?
Coach Tibbs,
Coach Tibbs, Mr. Josh Bull.
Josh, and
Josh, thank you
Troy.
for jumping in the
Appreciate
room.
y'all.
Peace,
Hey,
peace, peace.
appreciate everybody tapping in, man.
My man Troy.
Like
Troy
and
jumped in the
share,
room.
like and share.
Right now we're talking about the Skyline game coming up. Going to Spotswood, foreign territory. Um, I've had an opportunity to go to Spotswood, and they're just a well-oiled machine. But these are two Goliaths running into each other. Um,
Mhm.
this is one of those games where guys buckle up and get your popcorn. It's going to be a heavyweight fight. They're going to fight. It's going to go back and forth. What they said, my man said, back and forth like a Leah song. It's going to be rocking in there. It's going to get gritty. It's going to get nasty. And I think physicality, if Skyline comes out and punches them in the face first and gives them a taste of their own medicine, this is going to be an interesting game.
Both teams are aggressive and like to
Super.
get up and down the floor.
Yes.
So
Yes.
and
So,
we're gonna see who imposes their will,
mhm.
who can take a punch and rally back from a punch.
Yeah, because it's, how the girls basketball is like
Ebb
a
and
run.
flow.
It's like a run. It's like a run. Somebody goes on like an 8-0 run.
Yep.
Then somebody comes back. and then
Yep.
somebody comes back, and then who's going to sustainability? I hope these kids are in shape.
Oh yeah. Mike, this time of year, if they ain't in shape, whose fault is it?
But they're
Yeah.
conditioning is going to play a major key because it's 4 quarters of basketball, and these kids are going to run.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they're going to run. I'm trying to look up. I wanted to see what the final record for these young ladies were at the end of the regular season. Um, okay, so 51-33 over Lake Taylor. So let's think about it. Lake Taylor, he's able to put in his Huttonall's able to go to his bench and put some young ladies in that haven't played. They're up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then you can rest your starters a little bit.
Right.
You know what I
'Cause
mean? So
it's a quick turnaround.
yeah, quick turnaround because they play on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they're in the lab right now, really putting in work. So this is going to be an interesting game. I mean, they're maybe the Skyline's last 2 games, but they were at Meridian before that, or no, James Monroe, which was a
Yes.
tough game for them. 66-61. That was a tough game. I want to take a look at the box scores for Lake Taylor, because Lake Taylor, he would have been able to probably sit, some of his starters. He might have been able to sit Camilla Diamond, say, hey, we don't need you tonight.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So they still got the regular box scores, but they won't let me see the rest of the good stuff. But it's all good. Okay, coach. Let me go back over here real quick. So now, coach, we're going to move on and let's talk about something very interesting
Talk
down
about
there in
talk about
Central Woodstock, sir. Listen, these guys have been battling all season,
Mhm.
and they have to fight a juggernaut against Thomas Jefferson.
Hey,
Um,
Central got some hoopers down there, man.
they really, really do. They've got some kids that can play, and
Mm.
you know what it is, coach? It's hard. Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, hey, yeah, we're from this small town. We're gonna get out here and ball. Great coaching staff. Shout out to the head coach down there, really, really putting in the energy with the kids and giving them everything he's got.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see what comes out on what product they put on the floor on Friday.
Hey, right now, hey, win or go home. So they better
Yeah,
bring their A game right
and
now. Turnovers are key this time of year.
yes,
Who makes
yes.
the least amount of turnovers is
hmm
key to win a state title. So you got to take care of the ball on the boys and girls side, regardless.
Yeah. Um, I think it's going to be interesting. I just think that whoever gets out there and plays the hardest wins.
Hey,
Who's
Mike.
going? Yeah.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you
hmm
write this note down?
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna say it live right now. I give you. I'm gonna say 10. No, I'm gonna say 25. I give you 25 push-ups. And when we're gonna go back and look at the box score from every game from every local team,
Okay.
if how I want to word this, any team that has less than 10 turnovers, I want
hmm
to see if they win or lose. If a team has more than 10 turnovers, I want to see if they win
If they
or lose.
win, right?
So
Less than 10.
I'm gonna say less than 10 turnovers, that team wins. Less
hmm
than 10 turnovers. What up, John?
My
Appreciate
man John Roberts is in the room. Best
it.
bar.
Whoever got less than 10 turnovers will win any game, whether on the girls or boys side.
Yep. That's a fact. I'm not going to disagree with that. Um, it's going to be interesting to see. And on the boys side, we don't see a ton of turnovers. We
Hey,
really, really don't. We don't see a ton of them. You might see 6, 7.
but at critical times in the game, there might be a turnover.
hmm
You know,
Yeah.
so those, that last 6 minute stretch, that's when those turnovers are magnified, and
hmm
we can see them on the boys and girls side. And when the
Sure.
light is real bright with 6 minutes less in the
Mhm.
game, fourth quarter, those turnovers are magnified. A
Right.
team might not have 10 turnovers the first 3.5 quarters, but that last half of fourth quarter, 2 turnovers are vital
Yeah, you start getting a little
because
nervous.
because it's possession by possession. Them
Right.
last 4 5 minutes, shit,
Hmm. Now,
better
with
not
that being
turn
said,
that ball over.
now, Coach, remember with that being said, Thomas Jefferson is coming to a wild and crazy Woodstock of Central of Woodstock.
Oh, they're gonna have that gym jumping.
Man,
They they gonna have that gym jumping, yellow and blue.
yeah, bro. And their crowd,
Hey, because I,
their
I remember
fans.
seeing them, Mike, at Shenandoah last year,
Hmm.
man, and they had a serious loud crowd with that in
Yeah,
that student section,
yeah.
and that was at Shenandoah. So I could just imagine in their home gym what
Hmm.
it's gonna be like. Does it play a factor?
It plays a huge factor. The support is going to be huge for Central. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a game of momentum.
Okay. And the
If
game of runs, like you said, it's a game of
yeah,
runs, man.
yep. If they can get out in front of them, momentum is going to be huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Coach, we're gonna move back over. We're gonna move down over to this side of the mountain. Hanley Broad Run was a good competitive game for 3.5 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3.5 quarters. Hanley
It
ended
looked
up
loud
pulling
and
it out.
raucous in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was rowdy in there too. But man, but
Mm-hmm.
the energy that is being put in these playoffs, man, it gives you cold chills. You know what I'm saying? It makes
Mm-hmm.
your hair raise up on your arms
Oh
because
yeah.
the
Oh
kids
yeah.
are playing hard. The crowds behind them, their family, their friends,
Mm-hmm.
and you read the comments online, and you're like, this is playoff basketball. You
Win or
know,
go home, baby.
win
Win
or
or go
go
home.
home, and
This,
they have to go to Verona this year.
huh?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
gonna get sticky.
And let's be clear here. Broad Run was not an easy win.
No, not at all.
It
Not,
really was not.
not at, they came to play, and they brung their crowd with them. They came
Yes,
to
and
play.
they matched energies.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell, like, all right, so say for instance, Clark County plays Hanley, something local.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have that same punch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't have that same sex appeal. Like it gives you chills when you walk in the gym, or it's
Mm-hmm.
hot and people are standing up. You can't get a seat. It doesn't have that same appeal.
Mm-hmm.
But these games right now,
It's people standing up.
man, get your tickets early.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No
Yeah,
question.
get your tickets early.
Win, hey,
Right.
again, win or wait till next season.
That's right.
Win or wait till next season.
Verona was over. They beat Denby 62-51. They came out and punched them in the face and said, "Hey, y'all get up out of here."
Hey,
Yeah,
and Hanley played in me earlier in the season,
that's right. That's right.
and it wasn't a favorable outcome for Hanley.
Hmm.
So, but you still got to play the game. They still got to lace
Yeah,
them shoes,
for sure. They still got to lace up.
throw them records out the door.
Yep.
Hey, referee, throw the ball up. Let's go. They
Yeah.
got to have that
Yeah. Yep.
mentality.
Yep.
Win. Hey, it's win for Hanley. It's win or graduate
Graduate. That's right.
for majority of their team.
Hmm.
So it's now or never for them. So they got to have that mentality, man. We can't
Yeah.
come back next year.
The big highlight that I watched was back-to-back 3 pointers. Oglesby, and then right behind that, this kid is out there playing defense. He's scrapping. Boom, gets one, gives the ball up, gets it right back, and the place goes crazy.
Time out, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let
The
me get. Hey,
place
let me
goes
look. Let me
crazy.
get one real quick. Let
Yeah,
me get one real quick.
yeah. And these their whole entire group, their first eight are playing really good basketball together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now we got to get them back on the court. They got to make that bus ride. They got to walk into hostile territory.
I like when they went to EC Glass, you
Hmm.
know, everybody said that was one of the toughest. Well, some people said that was one of the toughest places to play and that probably was like a college atmosphere.
Yes, sir. 100%.
And I think they're built for this time of year
Mm-hmm.
because they start early in the spring summertime,
Yeah.
and they played in a summer tournament in Richmond, so
Right.
they built for this. They
Yeah.
they played against King Baycott,
Mm-hmm.
who's one of the top kids in the nation.
Right.
That plays Petersburg, whose older brother graduated from North Carolina a few years ago. Remember, Armando Baycott, that's his little
Yep.
brother. So Hanley played them during the summertime. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Hanley played in DeMatha,
Mm-hmm.
which is a historically prestigious school, in
Right.
Hyattsville. So they built for it.
Right.
But now it's time for them to play in it, in that atmosphere. They going to the R.
Yo. Yo.
So, yeah.
Yo. They got to lace some shoes up and they got to get out there and play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's take a step down here real quick and go over here to. I don't know how this keeps happening. Clark County is playing Strasburg again.
Is this number 4?
I think it's number 4. If anybody's in the group that can chime in on that, but I think this is number 4. Okay. Um, this
Neil?
game, this game, I really was looking at. This game is going to come down to coaching.
Oh, if this is number 4,
Yes.
and they had seats on both sides, John, I seen that.
Yeah.
But
And
game number 4, this is a chess match. What can you change from game number 3
right.
opposed to game number 4? I mean, game number 1.
Game
Thank you,
number
buddy.
4. Thank you, Mr. Woodruff.
This
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean,
chess match. What can you change?
so if this is game number 4, and you're 0-4. No, you actually won one in Strasburg. They won one in Strasburg.
So this is a toss-up.
They won one in Strasburg. So 3-1, right? So now you got to go. How do I beat these? How did I do it that one time?
Mm-hmm.
How can I do it again? They got a young lady, McCavage. She's averaging 20 points a game. You're not going to stop her. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, it is what it is. She's a bucket. She's a bucket. And honestly, I've watched a couple Clark County games, and it all starts on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 3-1. I mean, it starts on the defensive end because they get buckets in transition.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get 12 to 50. They'll go on a 12-point run in a heartbeat. I mean, fast. They got some horses in the race, man. So,
Hey, and another plus for Clark County right now at this time of year is they got a chance to rest during the game last night.
yes, absolutely.
They got a chance to rest some of the starters.
But looking at the score, it didn't look like they called them dogs off. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
Maybe they did.
Hey, then listen. Then they got some sleeping giants on that bench.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got some ball. His gun is loaded for real for the next 3 years. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Because we got a sleeping giant down there. She's only in the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, when I tell you, she is the next. She's gonna be it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 8th grade playing JV basketball, dropping 20 points a game in the 8th grade. Come on, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say it because I'm just gonna watch it all come to truth.
It's going to unfold.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it come to truth. Coach, is there any other school game that you may wanted to touch base on, or anybody in the chat wanted to talk about? Let's do this real quick, Coach. Rest in peace to my man Lou Holtz.
Oh wow.
Man. Yeah, rest in peace to my man Lou Holtz, man. I was a Notre Dame guy back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to my man Lou Holtz, man. I wanted to look up his numbers, but I was like, we'll save that for another show.
Right.
But I want to give him a rest in peace, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sure.
sir. Hey, shout out to Shenandoah University girls basketball team. They in the D3 playoffs. They play Friday against Trent College, I believe. Shout out to them.
And where's that game being held at?
It's not here, I don't believe.
Yeah,
I think
they got it. They
they're
got to
on the
travel.
road. Yeah, they're
Okay,
on the road.
okay.
They going to Granville, Ohio.
Uh-oh.
Granville, Ohio. So they got a little road trip. They probably leave tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope they bring a thing
Shout
with
out to them. Doma used to love some Notre Dame.
Man, I'm for sure, man. I did. I was a Notre Dame guy, man.
Hey, they say they built for March. Shenandoah say they built for March. Hey, it's
Listen,
March Madness right now.
let's go. I hope they are. Listen, and everybody's feeling it. We feeling it on the high school level.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted to see. I'm so glad that these teams that are local, that are they where they are.
Yeah.
I'm extremely proud of these guys, man. I want to see nothing but the best one.
Hey, let's talk about 1%.
All right, let's talk about 1%, Coach. Let's do it. Get your popcorn ready. We got some special guests we want to bring in the room.
We're gonna bring on our special guest, Valley Mentality Youth Sports Organization, Mr. Tevin and Mrs. Heather Maddox, and they want to share their transition from local ball to travel ball, and they want to share the information for their program. And I shared a little bit with everybody their mission statement and they really want to talk about the 1% of sports and in business, and I'll let them break that down. I'm not going to touch that, but Valley Mentality Sports is a travel sports organization focused on developing athletes on and off the field. We use football and basketball to teach discipline, confidence, leadership, and mental toughness, building strong competitors, strong with character, and a mindset that lasts beyond the game. I want to give a shout out to Heather Maddox and share some of her accolades as a softball player. Heather attended Auburn High School in Virginia, where she started as pitcher all 4 years of high school, and in 2009, she was a Virginia All-State selection, 2009 District and Region Pitcher of the Year, All Region and All District selection in all 4 years of high school. She was the first D1 scholarship athlete out of her high school. Heather joined JMU alum Meredith Phelps, who was at JMU from 2006 to 2009, as the only pitchers in program history to throw a complete game shutout in their first career start. Hey, let me read that again. Heather joined Meredith Phelps as the only pitchers in program history to throw a complete game shutout in their first career start. Her all-time favorite career memory was, listen to this right here though, Mike. She was on the mound for 35 innings over a 3-day period, 7-game span in a conference tournament, starting 5 of those 7 games and coming in as relief for 2 of those games. Listen, had a 5-0 record with a 1.60 ERA, 1.60 ERA, going 6 for 18 at the plate, batting 333 at the plate. Oh, she had a big stick too.
Oh yeah.
We like to bring on the Valley Mentality owners of their of the youth organization that they have created and are building brick by brick from the ground up.
Hey guys, thanks for having us tonight.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on, Ugly Truth.
I appreciate the introduction. You went over the top on that.
Hey, you was an all-star.
Back in my day.
Baller.
So Tevin's not going to hop on with us. He did 3 Zoom meetings with GIC.
What are you getting ready for, Heather? What's Tevin getting ready for?
He is getting ready for GIC down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He ran 3 Zoom practices tonight with O-line, D-line, wide receivers, and linebackers, and QBs and RBs. So he's been on Zoom for like 2 hours tonight. And he said, "You got it." He said, "You like to talk. Get on there and talk."
He tapped out right now.
He did. Yep.
We understand, Coach. We understand.
Yeah.
So, Heather, let's start with you and your career. What motivated you as a young student athlete, and how did you get your start in softball?
Oh man. So I guess I learned to love softball as a little toddler. My dad played men's league slow pitch, and so I grew up at the ball field watching my dad play. And as soon as I was old enough to pick up a bat and pick up a glove, I loved it. That, along with basketball, those were my two sports. And maybe about 9 or 10 years old, after I had been playing for about 4 years, I was like, "Dad, I want to pitch." And so he was like, "Oh, well, you're doing a really good job at second base." And I'm like, "No, I really want to pitch." And so he ended up was like, "Okay, well, we'll try to do some of the basics, some of the fundamentals." He started doing his research. He played baseball, but never fast pitch softball. So he did his research, trying to become as knowledgeable as possible. And we left that practice, and he said, "I'm excited. I'm in the truck." I'm like, "Man, I just had my first pitching practice." And he looks over at me and he's like, "Honey, are you sure you just don't want to play second base?" I'm like, "No, I want to pitch. I want to be a pitcher." Long story short, I did not give up on pitching, and he did not give up on learning. He went to clinics all over the nation, getting training on becoming a pitching coach and learning everything that he could, so he could make sure that I wasn't getting hurt, that I was doing things the right way, building the small fundamentals for the foundation to become a good pitcher, a great pitcher. And I just never gave up. I never gave up on it. I fell in love with it. You could not keep me out of a pitching practice. It would be winter. We would have a rubber cow stall mat in the high school gym so that we wouldn't scuff up the gym floor, and they would allow us to pitch in the gym in the winter. I came from a super small town. I graduated with 81 kids, and I was the first Division I athlete to come out of my school. Another girl the same year she graduated, she actually went volleyball. So we were the first 2 out of our little town period as Division I scholarship athletes. So that was pretty huge, coming out of a teeny tiny population where I promise you a single recruit probably never came.
Can you share about your recruiting process in high school?
So it is much different than what the recruiting process is today. Back then, I feel like my dad had a camcorder, and he would have me do different pitches and stuff. He created a disc, and we would send that out to colleges along with letters of interest. We would send emails, do campus visits. And, for every 30 I sent, maybe I got back one answer.
Yeah.
And now the older I got, so we started that probably about 9th grade. The older I got, my talent really started to separate itself from other players in the area, really players in the state of Virginia. I ended up graduating my senior year with less than a .70 ERA, which is crazy. But
can you say that?
Less than a .70 ERA.
Because I know we got some baseball guys here, so they know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it actually, in the beginning, it's like, oh my gosh, this is impossible. But the more we tried, the more we reached out, the more camps, went to showcase camps down in Tennessee. And that was really able to put me on the map with other colleges, because colleges weren't coming to me. They were not coming to Reiner, Virginia, where the population of cows is more than people. So I had to go to them. I had to put myself out there. And honestly, my parents, if it was not for the support of my parents, they ran me everywhere, every clinic. My dad would drive me every other Sunday to 2 hours across the North Carolina, Virginia line to go get pitching lessons. So I put in the dedication and I put in the hard work, but if it wouldn't have been for my parents that just poured into every opportunity that they could find for me, I didn't do it on my own, that's for sure. And I also I had a very supportive high school coach as well.
Okay. So, so at the end of your recruiting process for high school, how did it go once it was time for you to decide on college, and what filtered?
Well, so I actually ended up verbally committing right before my junior year. And when I made that commitment, I think times have changed quite a bit now, because we're starting to learn like it's really good to have a multi-sport athlete. Then after you committed, that's what you were playing. So I didn't get to finish my high school career playing basketball. That kind of broke my heart, because I had played with those kids since I was 5-6 years old.
So you stopped playing basketball?
Yep, and just solely softball. I mean, they had even down in the clauses where like you couldn't water ski, you couldn't snow tube, you couldn't do any of this crazy stuff after, I'm going to JMU. So I guess the decision really primarily came to Virginia Tech, James Madison, Radford, and Virginia Tech and Radford were really close to my home, literally like 10-15 minutes. So I think that weighed a little bit on my decision. JMU was 2 hours. So close enough for my parents to visit, but not too far where, they wouldn't get to catch my games and stuff. Right. And also James Madison had scholarship available immediately, and Virginia Tech and Radford, I would have had to wait to my sophomore year.
Wow.
So that weighed a little bit on my decision too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That wasn't a hard math problem or a hard decision as a family.
No, not at all. And I'm one of three. I'm the middle child. So I had an older sister already in college, and I had a brother 2 years behind me that also had plans to go to college. So, who's giving money first?
That's right. Right. So Can you walk us through leaving Auburn High School and walking on campus at James Madison University?
Oh man, completely culture shock. Yeah, I remember the first time going to sit in a lecture of what would have been, it would have looked like our auditorium in our high school times too. And there were that many kids in there for class. And, I'm used to coming from class sizes of 12, 10 kids. And now I'm sitting in a big auditorium full of 200 kids looking at a teacher this small on the stage teaching a class. So culture shock for sure. Also liked the independence. And the deeper that you got into it, you very quickly learned being a Division I athlete was your job. And they told you when you were eating. They told you when you were coming to workouts. They were telling you what time to be at study hall and how much study hall, what you can do this evening, what you can do that evening. So while you're like, I'm a college student and I get to make all these choices for myself and I'm 2 hours from mom and dad. No, mom and dad is now your coach and your position coach and the lady that scans your card to get into study hall. So
yeah.
I think it's all rainbows and butterflies and you're so excited and don't get me wrong, phenomenal opportunity, but I don't think that you completely understand what it is to be an all-in college athlete until you are living it. You eat, sleep, live, and even over the summers, you're sent home with workouts. They know if you don't do those workouts.
Oh yeah.
So you're not off.
You got to have that mentality.
You do, absolutely.
You
Yep.
gotta
And
be prepared mentally.
and there's times where you had to make the decision where, you know, these roommates or people across the hall want you to come out tonight, and the coach says you better not be out after 10 o'clock tonight. And they will find out if you were out after 10 o'clock that night.
Hey, can you share one good story about playing at JMU and one not so good story?
Oh man. Whew. Lord. So I guess my most positive would be something that you already shared. Imagine as a freshman, especially on a staff of already 6 pitchers, you don't know if you're going to get field time or not, right? So being able to actually start a game and pitch a shutout as a freshman, that was a big deal, and that was special for me, and having my parents there to watch that because they've never missed anything. So
huge accomplishment.
That was special, and we had a fun team. We were all from different areas, but we all got along really well. So I mean, a ton of happy memories, and when you go into a athletic program in a college, most of the time everybody in your dorm is going to be other athletes. So even if it wasn't softball players, we had lacrosse, you know, field hockey, soccer, and they actually tried to not, well, at least when I was there, tried not to put you in a dorm with your teammates because you see too much of each other. So they still wanted you with athletes that were on the same schedule and everything like that, had to have the same mindset, the same work ethic, kind of the same schedule, but not
everybody want to go
all the time.
Everybody's want to go in different directions on the same campus.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll tell on myself because I think you and I have talked enough to at this point that you know, I'm an open book. I'm not going to tell you any lies, and I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. We had those study hall hours, and see some of like the juniors and seniors on the team, if they were short study hall hours, they would sit on the bus and like maybe they had to read a textbook or read a passage, or they would get them last little bit of hours that they needed to get their study hall hours for the week. So I was like, I'm just going to do that because I wanted to do something that other night where I should have been finishing my study hall hours. And I remember going to get on the bus, and the coach shook her head and she was like, "You're not coming." And I'm like, "What?" And I was short 30 minutes.
3 minutes?
30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. Not 3 hours, nothing crazy. 30 minutes of study hall hours. And I was like, you know, I'll just get on there and I'll read my textbook, whatever. I was a freshman. Okay. I didn't have that luxury. And they made me get off the bus, and I did not get to go. I had to call my parents and say, I'm not going to be at the game this week. It was terrible. Talk about tears and learning real life lessons as an adult that I thought that I was. That was probably my worst memory.
Hey, that was a tough phone call, I know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm still scared of my parents. I'm 35. I'm still scared of them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, did you ever play anybody in the ACC?
Oh, you're asking me a long ago question.
Did you play Maryland?
We did play Maryland. Oh, gosh, you got to tell me about that. Okay, me and Dwayne had this conversation. I don't appreciate him calling me out, but so you can think of me coming from high school with a .70 ERA. Right. I was not used to getting hit off of often. And even if I was hit off of, I wasn't used to getting taken yard, okay? And we were in a sticky situation with Maryland. The starting pitcher didn't have what we needed that day, people on base. And my coach was like, "Come on, you're going in for relief." I'm like, "Oh my God, no. All right. first batter that I have to face while I'm supposed to be relieving the pitcher, I got shelled. I think it went so far over those trees, I don't even know if it landed.
Wow.
That was a terrible memory too, but not as bad as getting kicked off of the bus.
Yeah. So let's talk about the mentality of it. Let's change gears.
Change gears.
And talk about you coming from Auburn High School, going to JMU, having that mentality, being in a structured environment and, earning a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have the right mentality. And can you talk about the your sports organization and the 1% and break it down however you need to break it down?
Okay, so the mentality side of it, I probably have to give Tevin most of the credit for that. So we knew we wanted Valley in the name, right? Because we live right in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley. So yeah, there we go. So a lot of I wanted that to be in the name. It didn't have to be Shenandoah Valley, but at least the Valley. Tevin was kind of playing around with some different stuff, and he was like, how about Valley mentality? And I'm like, okay, like it flows, but give me some reason behind it. I'm a reason person. Okay. I need purpose behind it. So he told me, well, I think he really got it from Mamba mentality because he is like Kobe fanatic. That was a huge person he looked up to growing up in sports, but he's like, you can have a phenomenal athlete, all of the physical capabilities in the world, and have another athlete with the exact same capabilities. One is a head case and can't take failure, or a game going the wrong way, or a coach being too hard on them, or can't meet the expectations that's being required of them. Okay. And then you have the one that can take it. They have the mental toughness. They've been taught and trained and molded to not only have the athletic side of being a player, but the mental side of being a player. And he said, if we're going to start a program in this area, I want us to focus on the mentality side of the sport just as much as the fundamental and skill side of the sport. And that's all he had to say to me. So in my professional life, I have an undergrad in psychology and a master's in human services counseling. So I'm like, I'm sold. I love it.
And then you came up with the vision.
Exactly.
Yep. Once he said that, you already saw it.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Hey, when did you start your organization?
So we were fairly new, just this past. Well, so I guess I'd say it's been in the works since the fall of 2024. That's when we started playing with the idea. We hadn't put anything in stone, hadn't went and gotten the LLC and the 501c3, but the wheels started turning. And really that was because our son was going into the 4th grade. We had just finished rec league football season and had just finished a rec league basketball season. And we knew that we needed to start offering him a little bit more. And I don't mean more as in the organization. We were happy with our youth sports organization. We were happy with our quarterback club. For us, it was, he needed more of a challenge. What good is it doing him running up and down the court, scoring 20 points in a game? That's great. I love the stats, but if you're out running everybody in, rec league, or you've got to at some point say he needs to learn how to lose. He needs to learn how to get a shot blocked. He needs to learn how to get the ball stolen from him. So that's kind of what got us into the mode of this is what we wanted to do. And just offer. Now, there's plenty of AAU basketball programs in our community, and good basketball programs in our community. But when we thought about this and Valley mentality, I'm like, I want it to be more than basketball. I want it to be more than football. I want this to be an organization, a travel organization that offers more than one sport. And that's kind of how we came up with Valley Mentality. The thought was always to be bigger than just AAU basketball. And then football is going to be huge for us. There is not travel football in our area, which you know because you have had quite a few of our kids play for you before.
So, can you let our viewers know where you're located and when you'll be starting?
Yeah, so we're in Augusta County, Virginia, which is like right in the cross arrows of I-81 and I-64. If you've ever heard of Stanton, Virginia, we're like 5 minutes from that, about 20 minutes from Charlottesville, about 30 minutes from James Madison. So the closest thing to us when it came to travel football, Roanoke, Lynchburg, Richmond, West Virginia. Our kids were having to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to attend a practice. And then, of course, even further when they're going to games and stuff. And one of our phenomenal athletes, Dwayne, has had the pleasure of getting to coach and travel football. So I know they think very highly of Dwayne. And I'm appreciative that our paths have crossed because we are a new organization. We're still learning. Of course, travel football is brand new to us. And Dwayne has been a plethora of knowledge and help and just a little bit of guidance for how we're doing things. So I really appreciate that. And we start this Saturday. This Saturday we will have our first morning practices. We just started with 4 age groups for the spring because myself and then Stephanie Sterling, who is my VP, we thought that was a good number to have to get uniforms, helmets, shoulder pads. If I wasn't fuzzy, you would see like 60 Rydell boxes behind me right now. So we thought that 4 age groups was enough to take on to get started this spring. We've got 93 kids committed, which is awesome. So we have our first practices starting this Saturday. And then Horizons Edge Sports Campus is catering us lunches. And then after our lunches and the kids have a little breather, we're getting to do an hour and a half clinic, kind of like a kickoff clinic, something you would see where you've got drills and rotations that all the kids are having to go through, kind of competition skills. And we're so excited because James Madison University is bringing over 50 of their current college football players to come meet our guys and run through some drills with them. So this Saturday is like for us. 50. How many people 50 coming.
Not 15, you said 50.
50, 50.
So hey, that's a blessing right there.
Yeah, we are grateful. Like I said, this is brand new. We're just getting off of the ground, but we've got a lot of seasoned coaches in each of these age groups. We've got a lot of positive people surrounding us on our very small board, but very seasoned. You know, Miss Stephanie Sterling, she ran our local quarterback club for 5 years, so she fully knows what she's doing. So she's been so much help to me. And then Rachel Bain is sitting as our secretary, and she has been involved in so much from Stuart Straff to Waynesboro, quarterback club, high school sports. So we're definitely surrounded with the support and people to make this successful, and really grateful that people have seen the same vision that Tevin and I have, and being able to bring travel football to our community.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Did you have something to ask Heather about the 1% of sports and business?
You know what, Coach Clark? I did not. I was sitting here jotting some notes and looking some stuff up. I did not have a question. Give me a moment and let me see if I can pull a rabbit out the hat.
So could you break that down for us, Heather? Because I know he got something he gonna want to ask you once you start.
So Dwayne and I talk a lot. He's been a lot of help for us. Not only are we working together with GIC, but I pick his brain about AAU and travel football. And I was talking to him one day and I said, Dwayne, you know what burns me up is how adults are so quick to shut down kids that have aspirations of becoming a college athlete. or becoming a professional athlete. And something that I hear, I've seen posts shared on Facebook, posts shared on TikTok, where less than 1% of athletes will make it D1, or less than 1% of athletes will make it to the NFL. And I said, what if someone would have told me that, as a little tiny town farm girl with 81 kids in her graduating class? What if my dad would have been like, Heather, statistics say that you'll never make it. You will never make it to be a Division I college athlete, because statistics say, if it's 1% now, then it was probably like 0.0005, especially where I was from. And one of our coaches that's actually coaching for our travel team, he said, I remember sitting in 5th grade and they had a writing prompt of, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he wanted to play in the NFL, and the teacher laughed at him.
Wow.
And I don't understand the stigma of, it's a bad thing to have the dream to be a college athlete, or it's a bad thing to have the dream to want to go to the NFL or the NBA because the statistic is so small. Don't give them false hope because the statistic is so small. So then I started doing some research with me and my psychology, and I'm like, Dwayne, did you know surgeons, dentists, veterinarians, architects, less than 1% of high school students will go into any of those professions?
Right.
But
Heather, can you repeat that again? And remember, this is the ugly truth.
Ugly truth. Surgeons, dentists, veterinarians, architects all have a less than 1% of graduating from high school and going into that profession. But if a kid were to write about that, we wouldn't laugh at it.
Right.
We would applaud it. We would try to find them the best college, the best school, the best program, get them in the right classes. But that's less than 1%.
Right.
Right.
So why don't we give the same support, the same encouragement, support those dreams the way that I'm thankful that my parents supported mine, because they could have totally laughed at me and been like, girl, you are never going to be a Division I athlete.
Right.
Especially when I was 9 years old, because I was probably 4 foot flat and 50 pounds. Like, I was tiny. I grew to be 5'10" and strong and lanky, but lawyers, 1% to 2%. 1% to 2% high school students become lawyers. But would you tell your kid you're not going to become a lawyer because only 1% to 2% of high school students become lawyers?
I don't think they'll say that.
They wouldn't say that. And I get it. I get that you can't play sports forever, and you're not going to be in the NFL forever. You're not going to be in the NBA forever. If you don't make it to the NBA or the NFL or any other professional sport, you might only get 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years in college. So I get that the longevity isn't the same as one of these professions that are less than 1%. And there's probably many more out there. I just thought of like really high paying ones. And so I started Googling the percentages.
Right.
So what I would say to that, out of the 6 years of college that I have, out of my master's degree, my understudies, going and shadowing and getting all the hours that I needed, although that's given me a lot of intelligence and specifics in my profession, there are things that I learned as an athlete that you could have never taught me in a book. You could have never taught me in a classroom. You could have never taught me in an understudy or job shadowing hours. There are skills and different things that are relatable to real life that I only would have gotten through being an athlete from 9 to 24.
Right. Hey, that's real talk.
That's real rap.
Yes, indeed.
So with that being said, so you have children yourself, correct?
Yes, 2.
Okay. All right. So what is going to be the mentality when your son comes to you and says, hey, I want to be in that 1%.
He's been saying that for about 2 years, and he's 9.
Okay. So what does that do to a parent? Because like you're not every parent, right? Some parents they're gonna fluctuate. Like, hey, listen, I get it. You want to be, but let's be realistic, son.
Mm-hmm.
I want to push you as hard as I can, but there's a moment where this drops off and says, hey, we might have to give up on this dream a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks, but you got to be realistic with your kid. Now, me personally, I would much rather somebody tell me, hey, you can be president. Lie to me.
Tell me all the lies.
Yeah. Tell me all the lies.
And Dwayne's got to see our kid. He got to see him at the All-Stars tryouts at Horizon's Edge. Yeah. He did make the 8U West team. He's going to be a wide receiver on our team, cornerback. And Zeke is a small guy. A lot built like I was when I was 9 years old. Mm-hmm. He's lanky, he's got arm and legs for days, but he's petite. He is maybe like 4'3", 4'4" right now. Right. But there's 3 things that I can say about him. He's got more drive than I see in 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. And you're not going to tell him that he can't do something. He's going to go through that drill 17 times until he's satisfied with it. He's harder on himself than me or my husband are. He holds himself to a really high standard. And I think at 9 years old, that's super impressive. And I'm trying to think of the word for this. Tevin could tell me off the top of his head. His IQ when it comes to basketball and football is beyond his age. And I don't know if that has to do with how much he watches sports with Tevin, because we really don't let him video game a lot. I will be honest with you guys. Every now and then we'll let him hop on the game with Tevin and play like a Madden tournament or something, but we don't really let our kids sit on video games. If you're bored, go shoot a basketball. Or go read a book. Yeah. So now we're not super strict. We're like, you're not allowed to video game, but that's not what you're doing with your time when you get home from school every evening. Right. But I think a lot of that comes from he's just been watching it forever with Tevin. And if you're in our house, sports is usually on the TV. If I want to watch one of my drama shows, I got to go to the bedroom. So, So I'm realistic with his size right now. I hope that he grows. I grew. My dad is about 6'4", 6'5". My brother's taller than my dad, and my nephew is probably about to hit 6'6", and he's going to be a senior in high school this year at Nelson County. So we've got height in our family. So like he's got room to grow. But as long as he is putting in the effort, I'm not going to tell him that he's not going D1. Good. I'm not going to tell him that he can't make it to the NFL. As much effort as he's willing to put in, I'm going to put that in return. With him, right? I will take you to every opportunity we can find. I will drive from one side of the United States to the other, if that means pouring into the dream that you have. But that's if he's putting in the effort. That's right. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Can I ask you a question? So basically you're saying you're invested if he's invested.
100%.
That plays a big factor.
1,000%.
That plays a big factor. The investment of parents into their children.
Yeah. And I know you're heavily involved in the AA. It makes a difference when you have that parental investment, and you can see it in the different kids that you work with. When you have buy-in from the parents that what their child is doing is worth it, that there's a goal, that it's not wasted time, that it's not a babysitter for 2 hours for them to go to practice. The buy-in from the parent is huge. And I don't ever want my son to look back or my daughter to look back and say, if mom could have took me to the Y, if mom could have got me a weight membership, if dad would have went out and threw me 50 more passes a day, I would have been I don't ever want them to be able to come back and say, if I would have had a little bit of more support.
Right. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Looking at the long road for your organization and trying to get more parents involved and getting them around to understand this 1%. What's going to be your strategy selling this to parents? Because some parents are they just want their kid involved in something.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you're going to play a sport, try to be the best. If I'm going to mop floors for a living, I'm going to be the best floor mopper there is. Hands down. Selling that mentality to people in our area, because remember, we come from small areas.
Yep.
You know, it's very hard to sell that to people. And then back to the 50-50. You got those kids that have blessed with being 6'6", but then have the work ethic that don't have the work ethic.
Yeah.
It's a tough scenario because you're going to pour into a kid and then them not going to meet you in the middle.
Yep.
Tough situation.
Well, and I think that if you were to go in a room of D1 college athletes, if we would have just sat with my team in the locker room and out of the 15 girls there, did all of them have the same level of support that I did? Probably not.
Yeah.
But did they have a travel coach that believed in them? They might have. Did they have a preacher that believed in them? They might have. Did they have a neighbor that was like, come get in our car and come to practice? There was somebody in their path. I promise you there was. There was somebody. Right? It might have not have been a parent. It could have been a coach. It could have been a
that's right.
organization president. And I don't think I would get into it and try to convince a parent, like, even though it's less than 1%, I'm not going to try to convince you what's right for your family or what's right for your child. But if your child practice and says, Heather, I'm going to be a running back in the NFL one day, I'm going to say, I think you can do that.
Right.
Now we're going to talk about what it takes to get there. And that it doesn't take coming to practice and giving half the effort, half the days, and 100% the rest of the days. We're going to talk about how much dedication and determination it takes to get on that type of stage. But I'm never going to say less than 1% get there. So, just be realistic with yourself. No, I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader.
Now, Heather, with that being said, all right, so what high school is your son going to go to?
Oh man, Dwayne, did you set me up?
I told you once he started.
So right now, our daughter is at Stuart Straft High School. She's in 9th grade, and then our son is in the 4th grade. So he's still got 2 more years before he goes to middle school. And I guess the truthful explanation, the ugly truth, that's up to him. If he does not put in the work and he does not put in the effort, then, well, he's going to go to school right here at our house. But if he puts in if he continues to put in the work, the effort, the drive that he gives us now, Dwayne and I have talked about our vision. Well, me and my husband's and our sons. I think great things can come out of prep school. I wish I would have had prep school to get me prepared, or not even prep school, but maybe let's see. We've got Stuart Hall here. We've got St. Anne's, just smaller class sizes, having to become more independent, not having mom and dad right here when you forgot your lunch or you forgot this, you forgot that. I do think it was a complete culture shock for me, going from living at home, mom and dad doing everything for me, telling me when to get there, setting my alarm, getting me up, and then going to college.
Right.
So my hope would be that Zeke sets himself up for the opportunity. Now we can't fund that. I'm going to tell you that right now. We can't afford private schools.
Right.
So when I say it's up to him, it is truly up to him and the work that he puts in and what he's able to get out of that, because we can't afford $40,000 a year to go to high school.
Right. Now, in your area, let's think about Zeke,
Yep.
and not going away from your daughter, right?
Yep.
All right. So if she plays basketball, she plays softball, she follows in mom's footsteps, and there's a high school over here that's undefeated, and she's going to get a Division I look over here.
Yeah.
And then the school in your area, in your hometown, doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mom and dad have to make a decision. All right. Do I take my kid over there?
Yep.
Or do I leave my kid right here to face some adversity and go through the trials and tribulations and work with a bad team and potentially graduate with 86 kids and not have the opportunities that they would have had over there?
Yeah.
Mom and dad got to make a decision. What decision you going to make? You're taking your kid over there because you're going to make the right decision for your kid, right?
Yeah, so, it's nothing personal, right?
No,
you want to set your kid up with the best chances and opportunities, and at the end of the day, 1%.
That's right.
We know now. Did I make it out of that 81? I did. But 1%.
Right.
If my parents could have had me set up somewhere different, but I'll tell you, my dad worked in a manufacturing plant. He was a plant manager. That's all he had ever done since he graduated college. He worked his way up in the company. We couldn't up and move to somewhere that had a better program.
Right.
We couldn't take our stuff and go to North Carolina, where at the time travel softball was way more predominant. So I played travel softball in North Carolina. My parents would drive me there every weekend because it took off there a lot sooner than it took off in Virginia. Right. And so we couldn't, move and go to a different school because there were better opportunities. We just didn't have that choice when it came to my parents providing for my family. But if I had the opportunity, if you're telling me I did, and this is what was going to be best, and Tevin and I could work that out with our jobs, then I absolutely would do what it takes to give either of my children the best opportunity for their future. And it wouldn't be to offend people. It wouldn't be because we didn't believe in this school or the coaching program. It's solely to set my child up for the best opportunity that I can provide them with.
Respectfully, I respect that decision. 100%.
How about you? What would you do?
I'm taking my kid where my kid's going to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think that's for every parent, though.
Yeah.
It's about a parent trying to set their own kids up for success. It's nothing against nobody else, because everybody's vision is not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's vision is different. And every parent has a different vision for their child or their children.
Coach Clark, prime example is Blake Corn.
Yes.
His parents, his parents made the right decision for him.
Yes.
And then now you look at his body of work. Went to Michigan. Now he's in the NFL.
Tevin, do you know Blake Horn? I know Tevin do.
I'm sure he does. He's in there.
Yeah. Small town kid right out of Marshall, Virginia. His parents said, you know what? We're not going to get what we want out of here. Drove him, 3.5, 4 hours?
No, from Marshall to Baltimore.
Wow.
Maybe 2 hours.
Maybe 2 hours.
Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his son had the goods at a young age. And they just knew it.
He said Blake Corman should have went to Virginia Tech.
Man, that would have changed the whole pendulum if he goes to Virginia Tech.
We were born and raised 15 minutes from Blacksburg. I was born in Blacksburg's hospital, so we are diehard Hokie fans to a fault.
Hey, do you know Eric Green?
Yeah.
Who is Eric Green?
Come on, Dwayne.
I'm just asking.
Someone told me that you were a quarterback.
Well,
it's the truth, man. It's the ugly truth.
Come on, Dwayne.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
No,
There's
I'm
nothing
talking
but
about.
the
I'm
truth.
talking about Eric Green. Eric Green is from Winchester, from here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He scored 25 points. He led the nation his senior year
yeah.
from Millbrook High School.
ACC, yep,
Out of Winchester, Virginia.
yeah, yeah.
Led the nation his senior year.
Yeah, he's in there talking about points and everything else.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's
And
got a statistic book right here in his head when it comes to football and basketball.
and he's overseas right now, averaging 14, 15 a game.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's still playing good high level basketball right now.
Oh, someone should have went to USC. Oh man.
USC.
Wow. I don't know about that.
Delroy.
Is it Delroy? Oh, Delroy. He's a big USC fan.
Yeah,
Huge USC fan.
We're
Huge
gonna have
USC
Delroy
fan.
on pretty soon.
Yeah, we definitely gotta have him on the show, man.
We ain't gonna talk
And you know what you said to me, it keeps making me think this, and especially talking about, the parents, what they did for their son, driving him that far. You're gonna hurt feelings along the way when you make choices that are best for your family.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's the ugly truth.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
You talk about it. And it's not intentional, right?
No, it goes back to a parent having a vision for their children to help them succeed, to navigate them. The parents are like the guardrails on the road.
Yeah.
And we've been down the road a little further than our kids, correct?
Correct.
And life can be rough, and we want the best for them. I want my kids to be better than me. I know that's how y'all see y'all kids as well.
Oh, absolutely. Please make it further than I did.
Yeah.
And if we got to make adjustments and different hard thought out decisions for your success in the future, that's what we're going to do as parents and as a family, But some people's vision, like I always say for us around here, Heather, is that we live in a 30-mile radius bubble in our area. And it seems like this is a bubble over 30 miles. And if somebody gets outside of that 30-mile bubble, they don't know how to act or conduct themselves when it comes to different walks of life. But in general, on the Ugly Truth, we talk about sports.
Right.
So we've seen kids run out of their 30-mile radius and go to a college and run back home, some even before the coach gets back from dropping them off.
Yep. It's
Because
uncomfortable.
You got to learn to be uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations. Man.
Well, I mean, anytime you take a kid somewhere else, they're usually gonna collapse if they're not used to that competition.
Yep.
If they're not used to competition, they're gonna usually cave. But if they're a good athlete and they have the right mentality, they're gonna stick it out, go through the hard times, and stick this thing out. Me and Coach Clark talk about it a lot. It's a big fish in a small pond kind of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to that Division I or that Division III school, everybody's good.
Yeah, you're not the top dog anymore.
No. You at the bottom of the barrel trying to figure it out.
Yep.
It goes for everybody. We get to school and we're like, man, I didn't think there was any other dudes that was 280 pounds and could run this fast. Now all of us can run that fast.
Yep.
Now it's about who has the dog in them.
One of our sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
One of our travel coaches, he played line. He was a lineman. He went off to college, and he said he remembers like that first day, he had never felt small before.
Mm-hmm.
He had never felt small before until he got to his team.
Yeah.
He'd never had someone push him around. He was used to being the big dog.
Yeah.
And I think that's really true for any sport. When you're recruited as a freshman, you've got well, I mean, don't get me in the transfer portal and all this stuff.
Uh-oh.
But back when I was playing, you had people that had fought for years through college to get that starting position.
Okay.
And when you come in as a freshman, you've never set the bench. If you made it to D1 and you're on scholarship, you're not used to sitting and watching somebody else get to play your position.
Yeah.
And I think that that's hard too, because you're going to the same practice, you're putting in the same work, you're putting in the same grind. But at the end of the day, there's a chain of command. If there's a girl that throws just as hard as I do and all the pitches that I have, and she's a senior, I'm not seeing a lot of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
I might get some games here and there out of conference, and that's where the mentality comes in. Am I going to pout and be done with this because I'm not getting the shine as a freshman, or I'm not getting all the games, or I'm not getting all the innings, and setting these kids up and teenagers up to have the mentality to be patient, to work hard, even when you're not immediately getting gratification of what you want for yourself. When we go back to sports, is so much more than just wins and losses. We're trying to teach these kids and set them up for, even if it's not college sports, even if it's not professional sports, the things that you're teaching them will go with them into the job force, go with them into friendships, go with them into having successful families, being able to count on themselves, depend on themselves, be consistent, show up, work hard.
Yeah.
And I believe all three of us sitting here and everybody that's played sports on the show can attest to what you just said, because the sport that we play is just a platform for life.
Yep.
And even at our age, we can draw from having those hard days in practice. Football 3 days, softball, however many practices you had in a day. Mentally, you can draw from that even in today's time. And in real live time now, with us sitting here as the grown adults that we are, we can draw from those days, yesterday's mentality when we at work, when something might be hard. We can
absolutely.
It's bigger than the sport. It's bigger than the sport.
And the fault, because I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like to lose at anything. We can't even play board. We can't play board games at my house. Okay. Because
I do not putting the board off the table.
Yeah. And Tavin will be like, are you coming to bed? No, I got to get these last 40 helmets done. I don't quit. Okay. I don't quit. If I have a job that I'm getting done, I'm going to get it done. I want to do it to the best of my ability. It's not going to get done halfway. And I didn't become that way because I was born that way. Okay. And I promise you, I didn't come that way from sitting in English class or history class, and nothing against those things. They've done a lot for my life. But those types of personality traits directly came from how dedicated I was to sports and the people that surrounded me when I was coming up through sports. You can't. Ugly truth.
Brother
I appreciate you guys listening to my 1%.
Brother Mike,
we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
You also. I really appreciate it, guys. And thanks.
What's the name of your program?
Valley Mentality Sports Organization.
Valley Mentality.
Valley Mentality.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have you out here one day, or we're gonna have to come down that way and check out
Yes,
your
I would love that.
Yeah. Come to a camp or something, hang out with some kids.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Wade knows I'm all about collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We appreciate you and Coach Tevin.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Youth organization. Thank you for your time. Hey.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for bringing us on and shedding a little light on what we're trying to get going.
Absolutely. We appreciate you. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you.
Good stuff, Coach Clark.
Good stuff, Coach.
Yeah, good stuff, man. That was good. That was a good segment. Up and coming, guys. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got some fire coming up. as far as guests are concerned. We just got to line these things up and get these things knocked up. We ain't gonna tell you all the ugly
Let's
truth.
go, baby. Let's get it.
We'll have some flyers come out next week.
Put on gas.
If you guys aren't doing anything, please donate to the Ugly Truth. We're trying to keep this thing going. We're hoping that a few teams bring home these state championships.
Yes.
So we can bring those guys on the show and give them their flowers for their hard-fought seasons. Coach Clark, you got any closing thoughts, sir?
Does anybody have the score of the Musselman and Washington girls game? I know Washington was up 28-6 at one time. And then and boys West Virginia basketball, Spring Mills is at University tomorrow at 6 p.m.
I don't think I'll be able to watch that. You said who was playing? Musselman?
Musselman and Washington.
Shoot, it's probably over now, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was 28-6 at one point. It looked like Washington's getting ready to run away with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't see it, Coach. Yeah,
Mighty got real ugly.
I don't see it, Coach. And I don't know if anybody's in the room. You can pull it up.
Randy Taylor.
Oh, is he in the room?
I'm not sure if he still is. I know he was.
Nope, I did not have it on there. I don't know.
But I don't have any other closing remarks, brother. I just appreciate everybody tapping in with us, Like and subscribe to our YouTube page, The Ugly Truth.
And Coach
Clark. TikTok. Yes, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Peace. Hey,